Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
That today live
Expo and webinar with Sir Umar Sir.
first of all habit so with this I'm
Uh, Now I'm going to start the uh, main problems and the main keynote point, live expo and the live spoken expo or a webinar. So before going to further discussion and before going to discuss whether you are going to start your IELTS PT classes, whether you are going to start your any other kind of English language or English test classes, you need the basic spoken, you need the first parameter of the spoken fundamentals of to fulfill your of your particular results you are desiring and you are waiting for that. So again, I'm going to the first our guest. and I'm giving you the intro of all my guests. My first guest, respected former chairman and HOD University, Sir Muhammad Naeem Saab, and my second
guest, former student of UMT and also lecturer.
Minhaj University, and multi-dimensional personality. My
Guest number three. The third guest is
also my
also
great colleague and lecturer of Superior College, District Mandi Bahauddin. So these are
these
the
are the persons we meet there, and we are trying our best to justify
going to the higher levels
higher
of
levels of
spoken English, before going to the keynote levels of spoken English, before going to the further level of spoken English, before going to the further level of IELTS, TOEFL, PTE. What are the basic fundamentals and phenomena? What are the basic rules? What are the basic texts? What are the basic phenomena which is, if you fulfill that criteria, then you are able to put yourself to IELTS classes, to put yourself to TOEFL classes, puts yourself to PTE classes. So before starting further, I'm very grateful to Yeah, my question is to you, sir, respected Professor Umar Sir, that what is the basic key or the basic principle for mm, a student, or whether everyone who want to be a spokesperson in English? So, what are the basic rules and what are the basic principles? So, kindly share your opinion.
Take English, I think it is not a problem. It is a language. You are listening to me. Hello, sir. I am audible to you. I am saying that we must uh, grammar grammatic. We listen that language and then we try to speak. We do not go a school or
To be ready yourself that you are going to so we have got the basic idea,
We have got this idea,
and the idea is that
and the idea is
first of
that
all first of all
first of all,
prepare yourself that
prepare
you
yourself that
are
you
going
are
to
going
justify
to
yourself
justify yourself
to be a
to be a
person that is
person
going to
that is going
acquire
to acquire
spoken English as a
spoken English
speaker.
as a speaker. Whether you are a Punjabi person, whether you are a Urdu, whether you are a Potwari speaker, whether you are Pashtun, whether language acquisition.
First, be ready
First,
that you
be
are
ready
going to
that you are
listen
going to
and you are
listen and
going to
you are
ready
going to
yourself
ready
for
yourself for
spoken English.
spoken English.
So please continue,
So please
Professor Umar
continue,
Saab,
Professor Umar,
that I'm with you, and then I'm waiting for, and I want to told, I want to very soon
very soon,
Professor Hanif
Professor
Saab also
Hanif Saab
joining
also
us, and Professor
joining
Hanif
us,
Saab
and
is with
Professor
me.
Hanif Saab
With
is with
please
please keep it up, Professor Umar
Go on.
I was just saying that for a person who is going to, she must be he or she should be ready by mentally. If he is ready to speak in that, we need to learn speaking as we learn Punjabi and Urdu language.
Going to the next guest, and my next guest, I request to Professor Ahmad sir take a while rest, and I will request to you at the end for the sum up your here, and I request Sarnees Saab that click join button, and then we will be ready, and we will. As a second language acquisitor, and be ready for that.
Okay. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. First of all, I'm grateful to you for letting me, have this opportunity of speaking to you and speaking to many, many more people as well through you. May Allah bless you all the days of your life. Well, as far as your question is concerned, how people can become fluent and how people can learn to speak your question. Okay. Well, I would like to address this question, and well, I'm going to share rather, strange ideas, a couple of strange ideas,
Yeah, sure, sir.
rather,
We are
rather
with you.
unusual ideas. I think you may not be, have not heard anyone say this. Well, this is a matter of
Okay.
common sense. I don't mean that I have come up with this with these ideas for the first time. The thing is, what happens in our classes? when we go to a class, when we teach students to speak English, and at the end of the class, nobody speaks English. When the class ends, nobody speaks. And when it's the next class again tomorrow, nobody speaks
Yeah.
English during this time. Well, my idea is if anybody wants to learn to speak English, okay, I think the people who are listening to me live or the
Yes.
people who listen to this recorded lecture, I give them just one idea for becoming fluent, for speaking English. So my one idea is, well, just spare 25 seconds,
Okay.
20 to 25 seconds, just enough.
Right, sir.
And what
Right,
you
sir.
should do, you should speak just 5 sentences about yourself. Anyone who is listening to me, you should speak just five introductory sentences about you and shoot a brief video, just 5 sentences. Well, um, I'll do this practical in front of you. You should say, I'm going to speak 5 sentences. And I invite all the people who are listening to me that they shoot their first video if they have never ever shot any video. 5 sentences.
Okay.
First sentence is, my name is dash dash dash. My name is, for example, Rizwan. My name is
Got it.
dash. I am dash years old, 19
Yeah.
years old. And not I,
Right, sir.
the speaker who's
Yeah.
practicing.
You are just giving the idea only.
I live in dash. I live in Lahore.
Got
Three
it.
sentences. Four. I can speak dash languages. I can speak four
Right.
languages.
Right.
Last sentence. Uh, my favorite color is blue. My favorite
Got it.
color is dash. My favorite color is blue. So all the people who are listening to me or who will listen to me later on, my recorded lecture, my recorded, this talk, this course, I invite you to speak just 5 sentences about yourself. I have given you
Got it.
directions as well. In this way, you'll be able to make your first video and then you'll start speaking with the first video. Making the first video, that is the problematic thing. And
Got
if you make your first video, it may transform your life. This is the one, this is idea number one. Number two idea, this is also very, very simple idea. Probably Professor Ejaz Bukhari, Professor Bukhari
Okay.
Saab, who works with, who works with or who works at Qasam Ali Shah Foundation. He introduced this
Okay.
idea. I
Okay.
would amend his idea just a bit. The idea is his. I have taken his idea, so I don't want to commit plagiarism. I want to attribute the idea to him. Well, the thing is, if you want to learn to speak English to all the people, you can speak English for 10 minutes non-stop by just 2 sentences and one word.
Okay.
2 sentences and one word. What are those sentences? The first
Yeah.
sentence is, where's dash? Where's father?
Okay.
Where are dash? Where are my brothers? Where are? Where's
Okay.
dash? Where are dash? For example, where's the laptop? Where's the mobile phone? Where is father? Where is mother? Where are? These
Use
two
the
sentences.
WH family in
Yeah.
use the WH family in questionnaires form to.
To help students, just they take just these 2 sentences. where is
Okay.
where is the laptop, where is the phone, where is Pakistan, where is the room, and the answer, well, dash is in. Use the word just in to
Okay.
practice.
Okay. Okay.
The book is
Okay.
in the room, the room is in the home. Lahore is in Pakistan. No, the Pakistan is not in Lahore. Lahore is in
Yeah.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
Money is in the pocket. Let me check. I have got money. Yes, money is in the pocket, and Hanif is in the room, and Mr. Raza is in Gujarat this time, etc. So use the word just in for answering the question, and to ask question, just use the word where. Anyone who says, no, I can't speak English, I'll have to gather a lot of vocabulary, only then I'll be able to speak English. Write down for that person 10 nouns, 15 nouns, like very, very easy, which are used in Nuru as well, like books, glass, mobile phone, sofa, and chair. Well, chair, we don't often use it. Coat and shirt, shoes, trousers. All these words are used, in Punjabi as well, in Urdu as well. Everyone
Yeah.
knows these words. Fridge,
Yeah.
laptop, etc. And then ask them just to use, two sentences. Where is, where are. These two
Okay.
sentences. And in answer, use the word just in. Anyone who says that I can't speak English, and I am 99% sure if the person pays just a bit of attention to it, the person will be able to start speaking English in the very first class by using just where and when. Just ask him to ask, where is Pakistan? Pakistan is in
Right, sir.
Asia. Where is
Yeah.
Lahore? Lahore is in Punjab. And where is surname? Surname is in Lahore. Surname is in Greentown. No, he has moved
Yeah.
to the military,
Okay. Okay.
and to another area. So got the
Yeah.
point? 2 points.
Yeah.
And number 3 point. Can I add a couple of more points as well?
Sir, time is yours. I am
All
in
right.
yours. You can, and please.
All right. Two ideas. And idea number three. Well, the idea number three, I can bet with you, I can bet with anyone who is listening to me, or who later on, speaks to me. I can
Yeah.
bet with you the idea I'm going to share.
Okay.
I can assure you 99%, I can guarantee you the idea will work, but it's just a bit boring. Just a bit boring. Not very
Okay.
much boring. The idea is we can speak English to ourselves. Self
Yeah.
talk. We can speak English to ourselves. Well,
Yeah.
most people, a lot of English teachers, they give the idea of speaking English to oneself, but I think they hardly ever demonstrate the idea. Okay. Now I am going to illustrate the idea. I'm going to explain the idea practically. Okay. Now, Mr. Raza, I am speaking English to you, and I am in Lahore this time, but I am pretending for a few seconds. I'm going to pretend that you are not here. Now I'm
Yeah.
speaking English to myself.
Yeah.
Okay, the point.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm pretending that I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at the camera. I am alone at home, or I am alone here, and I'm speaking English to myself. And in
Mm.
this way, we can speak English to ourselves for a few seconds just. Well, this time I am wearing a coat and I am wearing a sweater. But why am I wearing this coat and sweater? Because it's winter. Okay. And what's the time now? I think the time is 9:15, and I'm not at home. It will take me about 20 minutes to reach home. When I reach home, first, what should I do? No, before reaching home, I think I should buy milk for my family. I'll buy milk for, I think, 400 rupees. No, I don't have 400 rupees. Let me check. 200 rupees? I have some more money in their pocket as well. So I think at least I'll buy milk for 200 rupees. Then in the morning again, I'll buy milk for 400 rupees. Okay. Where is my cap? Well, my cap is there in my bag. Well, I was speaking English to myself. So others who are listening to me or who will listen to me later on, the idea is when you come out of your home, when you are going to buy something, you can speak English to yourself. You can tell yourself, I'll buy milk, and then, I'll buy 2 kilo milk and I'll take it home. I'll make a cup of tea. Well, no, I'll not make a cup of tea. My wife, no, my brother will make a cup of tea for me. My son will make a cup of tea for me. Well, and I'll take just 1 cup of tea, not 2 cups of tea today. And then the small baby will, drink, will have a feeder. So you can speak English to yourself. Got the
Right,
point?
sir. Right,
Anyone
sir.
who wants to speak English, when you are alone, whether you speak right English or wrong English, it doesn't matter. But you get a chance of speaking English to yourself.
Got
This
it, sir.
is, I think, probably this is the third idea. And
Okay.
another idea which I want to share is very, very important idea. If anyone wants to become fluent, uh, there are, I think there may be, half a dozen more ideas, but I think I would like to share just a couple of more ideas just. Then
Right,
I
sir.
think I would like to conclude.
Sir,
The thing is,
if you allow me, there are some questions. So I
sure,
want to
sure.
interrupt you here, and we will discuss again. You are please remain with me. So I want to conclude before going to conclude that, and before going to put my answers and to the questions. There are three main there are three main keynote rules we have got right now here. The first one, be ready. The second one,
Okay.
try yourself to be two-person and
Okay.
start
Yeah.
intrapersonal communication in English with yourself. And the
Yes.
third point I want to include in this, that not only start conversation in English with yourself, but also try to think in English. Whether you are feeling that someone disturb you, even you yourself disturb you, then think first in English that this is the word, what should I say in English, whether where I am going, where I was, where. First start thinking, then start intrapersonal communication, and then be ready for your response,
Okay.
that you will be ready. So here is the question. From
Uh,
one of my
can I
student.
interrupt? Can I interrupt you before you ask the question so that I may not forget? Well,
Yeah,
I
why
want
not?
to.
Why not?
Well, I want to tell, this idea was in my mind that there is a certain professor in Pakistan who teaches Urdu, but his English is
Okay.
also excellent. And this idea, I think I had this idea dozens of times in my mind. There is a professor in Urdu who speaks English as well, and his English is better than many people who have got a degree in English. And his name is Professor MA Raza. So this was the idea I wanted to share with you. This idea occurred to me, I think, dozens of times. I thought I might forget. That's why I interrupted you so that I might not forget.
Sir, I have, by the grace of Allah, first of all, and after that, by your coachings, especially, I've got 700 marks English in Minhaj University, and after that, I got my career, and three time I've got IELTS with the score of 7.8 from
Excellent.
Right University. I've done, and after that I have taught 5 year English subject, and more than 5 year Urdu subject. And also in my when I was in Sharjah, I was a student, sorry, I was a teacher of history and geography, and I have taught history and geography as well in English. So anyhow, but the question is very important. I want
Yes,
to
yes.
conclude, and that is one of my great student. Sir, repeat the books you shared in your starting. So I want to share the books again. The first book I
Okay.
introduce you, and that is Seerah of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The book is written by Zur Sayyidi Shaykhul Islam, Professor Dr. Muhammad Ahmad Qadri, and this is the volume one, and that companion of spoken English. And my second book I request that is The Pleasure of Philosophy by Will Durant, and an attempt at a consistent philosophy of life. So that
Okay.
is also a very brilliant book, and I usually recommend it for my students. They dislike Dawn newspaper, so I recommend all of them English books. And the last book which I want you, and this was the literary dictionary of Martin Gray. If you don't
Okay.
have the dictionary of Cudden, if you don't have the literary aspects or the aspects of David Dyches, then it is the best compendium, and that is a dictionary of literary terms, second
Okay.
in my this session for the spoken English student. And again, I'm showing them. So please note down. And the second thing, if you don't have these books in your hard copy, then I suggest you that this book, Sira of Rasul, that is also available as a PDF book, and also available as interactive book on minhajbooks.com, and that can be availed particularly on your cell phone, and you can avail it as your spoken English partner. as your home. You thought that you are going to read the book, and then read the book loudly, and then read that you are reading the book and also listening the book. Same idea that is being compelled by respected Professor Hanif. So these were the books. And second question is that, sir, who is Professor Hanif Saab? And respected Professor Hanif Saab is the professor of the Minhaj University, and former student of UMT, and he is my father of English. He is my he is my mentor in English, and he is my I would like to say my guru in English. Along with Professor Naeem Saab, I'm again waiting for Professor Naeem Saab, and I'm trying again and again. Pardon me. I'm trying again and again to contact to respected Professor Naeem Saab, but maybe he will be busy somewhere. So, sir, please continue now. My answers are completed now.
Okay. Okay. Well, uh, actually, I previously I used to teach at Minhaj University, but nowadays I don't teach at Minhaj University. I
Okay,
work there as a research associate at Minhaj University. I'm working in Minhaj
okay,
University, but as a research associate, not
okay,
as
okay.
a teacher. And
Mm,
well, thank you very much for this introduction. I am a very humble person, and I think I'm not even a student of English. I don't claim to be even a student of English. You know, student of English is a very, very big title. I'm even a learner, and I think that I'm not even a student of English. I think this is enough for my introduction. By the way, I teach English as well. This is my profession, and I think, I have translated 7 or 8 books from Urdu into English, and
okay,
in my in order to practice English, in order to become more fluent in English, in order to speak English rather naturally, even nowadays as well, almost on a daily basis, I listen to English for 1 hour.
okay.
I listen to English speakers for 1 hour on a daily basis, sometimes more, sometimes less. So in this way, I try to stay
Sir,
in
I want
touch.
to ask a question to you. The next question by myself, that is it a good way for spoken expos or spoken seminars or spoken webinar? Is it the good way to promote English speakers, to give them a particular pitch and particular platform to introduce themselves for as to be an English speaker? So, what's your opinion about that?
Well, I think I personally know teachers who are really very, very competent. Honestly speaking, I'm going to address your question, a very interesting
Yeah.
question. I personally know people who are better than me, who are more competent than me, who are more fluent than me, and who have a better style of teaching English than me. But there is a bit of issue. They think, okay, we go live, something will happen to us. We want to be able to face the camera. When we will teach, we will make a mistake, we will say something wrong, so they hesitate. So I think it's a
Okay.
very, very good way of making other people confident. And honestly speaking, probably uh, just a week ago, 5 or 6 days ago, I came live for the first time for 51 minutes.
Okay.
Today I am
Why?
I Yes, that was just a lecture type thing. And today, yes, in the morning as well. Today, I was interviewed by someone, and this is my first, I think, in this way, an interactive session. This is the first, and though you can see that I'm rather a fluent person, but I think building confidence, the confidence of facing the camera, going live, this is a very, very big thing. And I think I ask the teachers, English teachers, even if if you when you come live, when you go live, you'll gain confidence.
Right,
To
sir.
English
Right.
teachers, I would say you are not, the Prime Minister of Great Britain. You are not the President of America. That if you make a mistake, uh, CNN will quote you that you have made
Yeah.
this mistake. No problem. Even if your
Yeah.
English, if you think that you did something foolish, after the interview it can be deleted.
Yeah.
No problem whatsoever. If you make mistakes, only then you will learn. If you do something foolish today, if you really do something silly today, you'll realize, and tomorrow you will try your level best to overcome your deficiency. I personally know people who are really, they are brilliant people. I try my level them. I try my level best to bring them, on Facebook, on YouTube, to to enable them to chat, but they don't. So you have provided a very very good platform, and I would like you to invite others as well. Even if it may be a scripted interview as well, you can share questions with them. They prepare the answers as well, and then they speak. If they do it just once, even if if they go live just for 1 minute, half a minute,
Right, sir.
and after a few times, after 2 or 3 times, they'll feel, oh, this speaking English, it's very very easy. Speaking English is just like speaking Urdu. So it's a very very good platform, and I'm grateful to you. And try to the first teachers are names of me, and I requested you to to interview Mr. Qasim as well. He is, he's a teacher working at a university.
Sir, I've
And
sent notification to, and I've sent link to Professor Kasam Saab as well. But and along with this, I have sent this notification to more than 15 senior persons along with Professor Kasam Saab. But I don't think so that they didn't respond me. And I want to introduce you that here, because in Pakistan there are problem with some net issues. We are my more than 7 students are live with us, and they are in this interactive session. Especially, I want to announce Miss Sheher Bano, Miss Gulshan Nisar Fatima, Miss Faiza Kainat, Madam Jabeen, and along with Mr. Samuel and Mr. Joseph and Elia and Robin, and two more persons. They are connecting and they are trying, and they are asking me that, sir, we have shortfall of electricity in their areas, and they are asking that they will got the repeat telecast, and they will got the video on the channel as well. So they also send their compliments for you, sir, and they ask that we will definitely apply all these things to their own life to enhance themselves to a particular and better English speaker. Now I want to share my second particular peak in this session, and what are the issues. Being an English teacher and being an English trainer, as I have two different channels now, and first I was trying all the things on my mentor English channel, whether I'm teaching them for Urdu, because I have served more than 5 years along my all total teaching scenario and teaching experiences. I have worked more than 5 years with different publications. For example, AFAQ, for example, British Lism, for example, Tifli, and for example, on tap program, and Minhaj publications, and Afaq grammar school, and Minhaj grammar school as well. So there I was as a trainer. I have trained more than 800 teachers, and
excellent.
the major problem and the major issue regarding my throughout life, I've got two major issues. The first one, that uh, everyone, if a person adapt, or if a person prompt himself to be a good Urdu speaker, he is a 50% English speaker.
Excellent.
Because
Excellent.
we are using more than 50% Roman Urdu. We are using more than 50% words without translating them into our
Okay.
Urdu.
Okay.
In it in your previous conversation. So, if a person left his mother tongue, if a person join and if a person utilize his or herself to be on national language, it is his 50% gaining or a 50% level of English speaking. our major
Excellent.
problem our
Nice
major
idea.
problem is that we never tried to be a good speaker as a Urdu speaker. We never tried to put ourselves as a good Urdu speaker in front of a rostrum, in front of a dais, in front of some one or two peoples, in front of some like a class. Even in our this particular scenario, our good physicist, our good biologist, our good chemist, and the professor and the lecturer of chemistry, physics, and botany or zoology or biology, they taught students in Punjabi. 80-90% they never tried to teach students in particular Urdu way, in particular Urdu medium. That is the basic problem. And same as when I tried someone, for example, I have luckily I have some student as some senior citizens as my students. And what is the problem behind that? They have they usually told me their experiences. They shared me their experiences, and they discussed, sir, we never ever tried to get rid of our Punjabi habits, get rid of get rid our Potwari habits, get rid of our Hindko habits, get rid of our Gojri or Gujarati habits, or languages or mother tongues in any shape. But when I request them, leave it for some days, pardon me, they are really, really a good speaker. They are, I would like to say, there was a brilliant English speaker were available in them, and the lie zone was Punjabi or Pashtun or Gujarati or Gojri, which were not trying to them to put out their English speaker or their particular English speaker or a non-native English speaker. That was the
You're right.
major problem. uh,
Understood.
and
Understood.
the second thing, which is don't message me, students, don't message me in my WhatsApp, because my cell is also using as my main camera. So don't text me on WhatsApp. Kindly text me in live chat. I will got your questions there. Sir, please, you want to say something?
Okay, well, I wanted to, endorse. Yes, this is the issue which we have, discussed right now.
And the
This
second point I want to conclude, and then I'll conclude it to the ending point, because I request you for 20 or 30 minutes, but due to some circumstances and due to some technical issues in Pakistan, it was disturbative or a obligative situation that we have to prolong it for some more tens or some more minutes. So the point along with this, we are using more than 40 or 50% or 50% of English vocabulary in our Urdu language. So what is going on to be I want to request that we are using 40 or 50% of English vocabulary in our Urdu language. And my first point was that we should be adept in our national language. Then we try to be adapted in our official language, and our official language in Pakistan is the English language, because our complete institution of Pakistan and complete constitution of Pakistan is available in English. And Azur Qaida, the sayings of Azur Qaidisms are available on it, that our national language would be Urdu, our national language would be Urdu, our national language would be Urdu, and our official language would be English. Our official language would be English. Our official language would be English. It is said by Azur Qaidism many times, and it is
Okay.
available in their sayings, in their quotations. But we, it is our duty to improve ourselves, and we are, I would like to say that, as being a good Muslim and being a good Pakistani, especially being a Pakistani, it is our duty to adapt in Urdu along with adapt in English. That was my point. I want to share it to the audience and along with the guests.
Yes, yes.
So I would like to, if you want to conclude some findings or some comments, so then we will end the session with the prayers and with the good gestures, and we will repeat this webinar next month, inshallah.
God willing. Well, you know, to conclude the session, I would like to say, well, what I should say. The thing is basically, what we say, mindsets or mentality or willingness or determination. I think this counts. I would like to, stress just this point, and then I would like to, wrap up today's discussion.
Yes, sir.
Well, the thing is, sometimes I tell students an example how we can learn, English language. A very, very
Yes, sir.
interesting example. Uh, well, the thing is, just imagine yourself. You are also a father. I think your kids study at school. My kids also study at school. So what happens? Sometimes in the morning, if it's 7 o'clock, when we wake up and get get ready for going to school, for sending my kids to school, for all the people who are listening to me or who will listen to me after, when they watch this recorded episode, this discourse, very, very interesting story I'm going to tell you. It will tell you how you can learn English language. English language has some connection with your mind, your determination. Well,
Got it.
suppose it's 7 o'clock in the morning and it, starts raining. It rains very, very heavily. Some many times we think, okay, I'm not going to take my kids to school. They will get wet. And sometimes we ourselves as well. As a teacher, sometimes I tell my, I used to tell the college administration, it's raining very, very heavily. I can't go to college today. Please give me leave for today. I want to take leave for one day. This happens in the morning at 7 o'clock, 7:30, before we leave, our home. Now another situation, imagine another situation.
Right, sir.
The time is the time is 1 o'clock, and your
Okay.
children are set free from school at 1:15, and you reach the school in 15 minutes. In the morning it rained, so you chose not to take your kids to school. On another day, when it was 1 o'clock, it was raining more heavily. You never tell yourself, honey, I'm not going to take my kids from school because it's raining.
Yes, sir.
What happened? Even if it's raining very, very heavily and there is a lot of water on the roads, and we never say ourselves, no, I'm not going to take my kids from school. I will leave them there for, I'll wait until, the rain ends. We never say. At
Okay.
the most, we can wait for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes when it, rains very, very heavily. And after, we may, I think, wait for 5 to 10 minutes. We may wait, if rain stops, then I go. But if it doesn't stop and it increases without caring about our shoes, even if they are new, without caring our clothes, and if it's winter, and we may catch cold as well, we may be ill with fever. We take
Got
out
it.
our motorbike, we go to school, pick the kids from school, and then we come back because we feel that it's our responsibility. We can delay, for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but no, we go to school. We don't think, okay, it's raining very, very heavily. I may catch cold. My clothes will get, wet, and well. So this is, if one has the mentality, I think you have understood the whole situation. In the morning, we are not determined to go to school, go to college if it rains very, very heavy, very, very heavily. But at 1 o'clock, when it's time for children to come out of the school, even if it rains very, very heavily, we are fully determined we'll go to school. So if our intention of spoken English resembles our intention of going to pick our kids from school, then I think learning English becomes very, very easy, right?
Got it.
It's a
Got it.
it's mindset. In the morning, our mind decides, no, if it's raining, no, I'm not going to go to my college. Not, I won't take my kids to school.
Sir,
And if
very
it's
quick,
one
very quick.
o'clock, and
I've got a
yes,
very
so
significant question here, and I want to request to you. That is a very significant according to this situation. After uh, more than 60 or 70 countries, they are using English language as their official language, as their national language. So, I request to you that kindly entertain that whether now English is a religious language or English is a international language, and English has no particular guts or particular gadgets with the Christianity only. So, would you please entertain this question? That is very significant for my students as well.
well, honestly speaking, I think in this age, I think English has no connection with any religion.
Got
It's
it.
a universal phenomenon. Well, I am teaching, uh, nowadays I'm teaching English. About 10 years ago, I used to teach Arabic. At that time as well, I used to speak English language. So English has nothing to do with any religion, with uh, with any religion, Christianity, Judaism, Islam. It has no religion. It has no connection with any religion. It's a universal phenomenon, and I think, well, if we want to survive in our society, and then I think we should learn English language, and our religion doesn't forbid us from learning this language. So if we want to get good jobs, if we want to communicate internationally, of course we are in need of language. And even if there are religion which try to convert the followers of, okay, if one wants to convert the followers of other religions to their religion, then I think many times we need to speak English. We need to try to convince another person whose language is English. For example, the people who are Muslims, if they try to convert a Hindu to Islam who is in Great Britain, who is in Great Britain or in America, of course you can't preach that person in Punjabi. You can't preach that person
I,
to.
I just want to interrupt here that why I requested the question because many overseas Pakistanis, when I was in UAE, many overseas Pakistanis, when we request them that please speak English or please, they ask that is not the language of Islam or that is not the language for Muslim, that is the language for kuffar or so on and so on. So I request them that you are here a deaf person, you are here a blind person, you are here a non-spoken person because you cannot survive in UAE without English language. So
Here,
why I endorse
I
the
would like
question?
to tell you just 2 points to
Yeah,
explain
why
this
not?
point further. And I would, wrap it up so that, I may
Yeah,
go
why
home.
not?
Well,
Yeah,
just 2 points. Number one, Urdu is not the language of Islam. Urdu is not the language of Quran. It's not the language of Hadith, Urdu and Hindi, of Urdu language. Urdu
yeah,
is not the language of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. Urdu
yes,
is the
sir.
language of Muslims and Hindus. Hindus are in majority. So
Yeah,
basically, if I am to give a label to Urdu, basically it will become the language of Hindus. and Muslims as well, of course. Number one, Urdu is not, the language of Muslim. Number one. Number two, very, very interesting. I think probably I may never have heard anyone talking on this issue. The point I'm going to raise now.
Yeah, why not, sir?
If you go to Egypt, you'll find many Christians there. They speak Arabic language.
Wow,
In
awesome.
Iraq, there are many Christians who speak, Arabic language. And in Lebanon, in many other countries, in Arab world, throughout the Arab world, there are people of other religions as well. They follow Christianity and they speak Arabic. They never say to themselves, "Okay, this is the language of Muslims." Even Arabic language, we think it's our language, the language of the people of paradise, the language of Quran, the language of the Prophet, the language of Islam, the language of tradition. Of course, this is our belief, and this is true. But Christians don't treat Arabic language as a religious language. The
Okay.
Christians who are living in, the Christians who are living in Palestine
Yeah,
or in Arab, they don't think we are speaking the language of
they use
Arabs and
Hebrew or Arabic there.
they
Yeah,
think they are speaking
especially.
Arabic language. They don't
Yeah.
put on it a label of a religious label. So if they
Got
don't
it.
put this religious label, then why should we put?
Okay. So for these conclusions, I want to conclude this webinar. And sir, again, very thankful to you. If you want to go now, you can disconnect your connection. And now I again request to Professor Umar Saab to come back with me and conclude, take a conclusion of yourself, and then I will complete this, and then I will end this webinar. Uh,
Thank you very much. May Allah
yes.
bless you. May Allah bless you all the days of your life. Thank you very much.
I request to you, respected Professor Umar Saab, that kindly click the add button, and then we will conclude, and we will have your sayings, and then I'll be ready. I'm waiting for Professor Umar Saab. The channel of Professor Umar is English with Professor Umar, and I'm waiting for Professor Umar Saab to kindly quickly join me. And then, and again, I'm waiting for Professor Neem Saab, sorry, Professor Naeem Saab. If Professor Naeem Saab is available, then I request to respected Professor Naeem Saab that kindly join me. And I'm waiting for Professor Umar Saab that kindly click the add button. And at the end, and I'm very grateful to Miss Shahrbano, Miss Gulshan Isar Fatima, Miss Iram Mustafa, Miss Jabeen Ahmed, Miss Sonat Raza, Miss Faiza Kainat, and all of my students, especially from the students of ADA, from the students of Superior College Mandi Baudin, from the student of private college Gojra, from the student of Kips College Phalia, from the student of Punjab College Phalia, from the student of Aspire College Phalia, from the student of Superior College Phalia, from the student of IIUI School, from the student of Chenab Polytechnical Institute Phalia, and all the other students, student of Izhar Education School, the chain of Izhar Education Schools Phalia, and as well Ghazali School of School and Colleges, the students from there. I'm very thankful to all of you, and I am waiting for respected Professor Umar Saab that if they are available with me, then I think there is a bit issue with their network. So, dear watcher, dear subscriber, today we have. I want to conclude that there are 5 points. Number one, that be ready for your spoken English. Point number one. Point number two, that create your interpersonal communication in English. Number three, think, prior thoughts must be in English. Number four, try to practice yourself with yourself. And the fifth point is then take notions. And then the fifth point is that kindly use your national language first, and then be ready for your spoken language. And this was our spoken expo, and this was our webinar. I'm very grateful to Professor Umar Saab, very grateful to Professor Naeem Saab, very grateful to. I want to show and I want to share their channel also. Professor Umar Saab channel, English with Professor Umar. Kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon. Professor Naeem Saab also having their website by the name of professornaeem.com, and Professor Hanif Saab having their channel with the handle of 60 Hanif at YouTube, and the last one I am my channels. I want to show and I want to share my all channel. My English channel with the handle of Mentor English, my Urdu channel with the handle of Mentor Urdu, my Afkare Jadida or Islamic Revivalism channel with the name of I for Pakistan, my Turkish channel for Turkish speakers and for Turkish learners by the name of Band Tourist, and my channel for Arabic speakers or Arabic learners with the name of I Batuta. All are available on YouTube, and all are available in the about section of my this channel. So today we have got a lot of information from professor of the professors, and so let me go now and say with me, do something more for humanity, do something more for knowledge and practices. Have a good day, and let me go now and say with me, do something more for humanity, do something more for knowledge and practices. Goodbye.